Jararam Madhava Kunjabihari. We can have a little volume. Jararam Madhava Kunjabihari. Gopijana Balaba Girivanadari. Gopijana Balaba Girivanadari. Jasodanandana Vajanarandana. Jasodanandana Vajanarandana. Jamunitiravanatari. Jamunatiravanatari. Jairadam Madhava Kundabihari. Gopijana Balaba Girivanadari. Jasodanandana Vajanarandana. Jamunatiravanatari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Boom! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Radham Madhava Kunda Behari Jai Radham Madhava Kunda Behari Jai Radham Madhava Kunda Behari Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Pariva Jakaracharya Asatad Shisham and His Divine Grace Avaicharan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON BBT founder Acharya Jagaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Koda Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namchar Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki, Vrindavan Dham Ki, Mathura Dham Ki, Dwarka Dham Ki, Navadi Dham Ki, Jagannathpuri Dham Ki, Jamuna Mai Ki, Ganga Mai Ki, Tulsi Maharani Ki, Bhakti Devi Ki, Samveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Sesi Radha Giridhari Ki, Shri Krishna Sankirtana Jaga Ki, Gopremanande, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the divine lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. So let's see where we are today. We're in the Bhagavatam. We're in the 9th canto. We are in what? No, this is not cooperating. I know where we are. But somehow or other, well, let's see if this works. All right. I think we're in the right place. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishna Sadamo Bhagate Dhammaganadivi Saha Kalana Sad Sammesha Pararno Ko Nadodata Narayana Namaskritcha Ramchaivam Narotama Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayat. The Bhagavatam is brilliant as the sun. It is arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode. along with knowledge, religion, etc. Those who, what is the next line? Through the dense darkness of the age of Kali should get light out of this Purana. Before beginning our study of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, we should first offer respects to the goddess living now, the Saraswati. What is it? The best of all sages, the Badrinarayan Rishi, and the supermost human being, and the author Srila Vyasadeva, and my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so iti uktva sa nripo devam tapasato sayach jivam kalena piyasa rajams tasyeshas chashva atushyata iti uktva sanripo devam tapasatos yachachchivam kalenalpi yasasrajam tashyeshas chashvatushyata. Am I saying it too high, or are we okay? All righty. Iti uktva sanripo devam tapasato sayachchivam kalenalpi yasasrajam tasheshas chashvatushyata iti uktva sanripo devam tapasato sayachchivam kalenalpi yasasrajam tasheshas chashvatushyata. Iti uktva sanripo devam tapasatyo shayat-shivam kalenalpi yasaschajam tasheshas chashvatushyata iti uktva sanripo devam tapasato savachchivam kalenalpi yasasrajam Vaishnavis? No. Iti uktva sanripo devam tapasato chachivam kalenalpi yasasrajam tashyeshas chashvatushyata iti uktva sanripo devam tapasasyo chachivam kalenalpi yasasrajam tashyeshas chashvatushyata. We could shut that door. None, at least yours. Iti uktva. After saying this, sa, he, nripa, the king Bhagirata, devam, unto Lord Shiva, tapasa, by executing austerities, atoshayat, pleased, Shivam, Lord Shiva, the all-auspicious, Kalena, by time, Alpi Yasa, which was not very long, Rajan, O king, Tasya, upon him, Bhagirata, Isha, Lord Shiva, Cha, indeed, Ashu, very soon, Atushyata, became satisfied. Translation. After saying this, Bhagirata satisfied Lord Shiva by performing austerities. O King Parikshit, Lord Shiva was very quickly satisfied by Bhagirata. All say you say. After saying this, Bhagirata satisfied Lord Shiva by performing austerities. O King Parikshit, Lord Shiva was very quickly satisfied with Bhagirata. Purport. The words Ashva Atushyata indicate that Lord Shiva was satisfied very soon. Therefore, another name for Lord Shiva is Ashutosha. Materialistic people become attached to Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva bestows benedictions upon anyone and everyone very quickly, not caring to know how his devotee prospers or suffers. Just like who was the one who got the benediction that anyone they would touch, their head would crack in half? Yeah. So didn't really work out well for everybody. Although materialistic people know that material happiness is nothing but another side of suffering, they want it. And to get it very quickly, they worship Lord Shiva. We find that materialists are generally devotees of many demigods, especially Lord Shiva and Mother Durga. They do not actually want spiritual happiness, for it is almost unknown to them. But if one is serious about being happy spiritually, he must take shelter of Lord Vishnu, as the Lord personally demands. Sarvadharma parityaja mamikam saranam braja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshishami masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. That's Bhagavad Gita 1866. Om Gana Timarandasya Gyana Gana Salakaya Jakshu Shun Militan Gena Tasmadeshi Gurave Namaha. So, I'm thinking about a number of things. Krishna demands surrender. We will get into that in a moment, and Krishna and Shiva easily gives benedictions. So, which one is better? Hey, why not take the easy path? Lord Shiva's, he's a nicer personality. He's easily pleased. He gives benedictions, whatever you're asking for. Why deal with this Krishna who's demanding that you surrender first, and he's not easily satisfied? Jeez, I'm going with Shiva. Anyone want to argue against that? What does, other than Dravida? Give others a chance. So the question is, why? What's the difference? And how is Shiva not more merciful than Krishna? Anyone want to hazard a guess? Other than, don't be, if you get the wrong answer, you still get cupcakes, don't worry. The world will turn. Anyone want to guess? Huh? Well, according to, don't speculate, according to the purport, what did Prabhupada say? What's the difference between Shiva and Krishna? Well, let's look at the purport. Because Prabhupada did think about it when he was writing it. Anyway, the point is that the Lord Shiva just gives benedictions. It's not mercantile, because he's a great Vaishnava, but you know, it's a mercantile exchange. You do A and you get B. It's like put the coins in, pull the lever, and the candy bar comes out of the machine. It's guaranteed. You put your money in, you pull the lever with Krishna, he may punch you in the nose. Oh, where's the candy bar? What happened? Why? Krishna's mean-spirited. God is capricious and whimsical and torturing us. I'm going to Shiva. We're going to lose all of you. All going to march out. Is there a Shiva temple here? I think there's a Shiva deity. A Shiva Vishnu temple. So help me out. Why? What does Prabhupada say in the? We read the purport. You can look. It's an open book test. Look at the purport. Okay, that's safe, but what does Prabhupada say in the purport? That Shiva gives them his benedictions without discriminating. You put the money in, you get the result. But Krishna, well, I got a page back here with my temperamental computer here. Prabhupada says, Lord Shiva bestows benedictions upon anyone and everyone very quickly, not caring to know how his devotees prosper or suffer. Not everything we want is good for us. We ask for so many stupid things. Hey, keep it on the deal. We ask for so many stupid things. I mean, we thought coming to this material world was a great idea. So just because we ask for it doesn't mean it's good for us. But Lord Shiva gives it to us. Actually, Krishna is more merciful than Lord Shiva, because he won't give us something that will harm us or deter us. So that's one side of it. Krishna wants the best for us. And therefore, he does not give us everything we ask for. If we got, here's the thing, Krishna can't help it. It's not Krishna's fault that he's all attractive. It's not Krishna's fault that really Krishna wants to give us the best thing. Right? He wants to give us the best thing. And what is the best thing? Him. Can't help it. Don't blame him. Krishna's all attractive. I mentioned the other day, and if somebody reminds me, I'll find it. but it's both in the Bhagavatam and it's quoted by Chanakya Pandit. And he gives a long list, and the Bhagavatam gives a long list of all the different exalted devas. And I chose the word carefully. They are exalted. You know, who was it who has a gold toilet? Or, you know, everything was gold-plated in there. Not Ravana. He had a gold-plated city. But big deal. You know, Prabhupada said that compared to the women in the heavenly planets, the women here are ugly. Prabhupada said the demigods, I saw a magazine, it said the 100 most beautiful places. And we appreciate Krishna's opulence. We do. I'm the light in the sun and the moon. I'm the original fragrance of the earth. We appreciate Krishna's creation. Prabhupada was saying that if we want to paint a flower, if we want to create a flower, you got to have a whole factory in China that makes a plastic one and it has no fragrance. Or if we want to paint it, good morning, if we want to paint it, you know, it's a whole lot of work to paint one flower. And Prabhupada points out, can you make a flower that has a fragrance and that will produce a whole series of flowers? It produces a seed that creates, that's self-reproducing? Can you make one painting and it'll just produce unlimited paintings? So we appreciate Krishna's opulence in this world. Simultaneously, it's not that big a deal by comparison. Prabhupada said the demigods won't even come and pass urine on this place. So we may think and be satisfied with something in this material world. Okay, great. You're happy, you're sad. But Krishna doesn't leave it there because Krishna is all merciful. Krishna wants to give us the best thing, which is him, which is the spiritual world, which is a spiritual body. So he doesn't give up. You know, the thing is, and I've said it before, I'll mention it again. And at the end of the day, most people will admit that this world it's a struggle. Every now and then something goes easy. But, you know, you got to work. People, I'm a self-made man. No, you're not. But, you know, there's some pride in that I built up this, I did that, I did this. But it's not, there is only, it's a struggle. That's my point. This world is a struggle. And why is it a struggle? Krishna designed it. Krishna designed this world as a struggle. Well, I'd like to give him a piece of my mind. Why is this world struggling and suffering? Anyone want to help me out? What is the reason? If we were comfortable, if everything was easy, if we got everything we wanted, what's the problem with that? Sign me up. Great. Give me an eternal body. Hey, Why in the world? It's like, okay, I'm going to go on a race and I shoot the guy in the foot before he gets even started. What's that all about? So, okay, fine. We're in this material world. Krishna gives us birth, death, disease, old age. I'd like to get my hands on him. You were going to say something? Why?
If we have everything we want, we're not going to strive.
Okay, but why do we want to strive? I mean, is it the glory of the struggle? You know, people say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. No. We don't accept that. Anyone know why? Is Krishna cruel? Because there's something better. And it's not even going to the kingdom of God. What? It's the taste of loving Krishna, of being Krishna's devotee, engaged in Krishna's service, serving the most attractive, all merciful. Krishna's pastimes and reciprocation with his devotees melt the devotee's heart. Anybody, and I don't want to, I guess how to ask this in a gentlemanly way. When someone has sex, or someone has the fantastic meal, or, you know, looks at this sunset, does their hair stand on end? Do they become stunned? Do they shed tears? You read the symptoms of pure devotional service, the interaction of Krishna and his devotee. And it's not just, okay, zip, it goes to this level. It keeps increasing and increasing and increasing. That's what nothing in this material world compares to the taste of service to Krishna. People go into ecstasy. You don't go into ecstasy when you have sex. It's over in a few minutes and nobody's really satisfied. It's pretty paltry, really. So this world is designed to give us the best thing. Krishna demands surrender. This world is actually only designed, that's what I was going to say. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. There was the landlord at my old apartment when I had my kids living with me. His name was Mr. Lowe. We called him Mr. Slow. He was not the sharpest tool in the drawer or whatever it is, you know, he was a nice guy, but he was a little slow, Mr. Lowe. And I was driving with my kids somewhere, it's incidental where it was, but we were stopped at a red light. And you know, there's this, the broken yolk. I won't even describe what eggs are. Well, I will. They're the menstrual discharge of a chicken. And the whole thing's based on breakfast and eggs. So it just imagines, I wanted to create a ghastly picture for anybody out there who eats eggs. But to speak of factory farming. So anyway, he was going into this restaurant called the Broken Yolk. And he was pushing on the door and jiggling the handle. And he could not get in. And you saw him. He was looking in the window. There were people inside. It was obviously open. And he was pushing and pushing and pushing. And my daughter figured out, who's a smart girl actually, she figured out what was happening. And she rolled down the window or pushed it and said, "Pull, Mr. Lowe, pull." And he, "Oh, thanks." And then he went in, you know, so this world is designed so that we surrender. We give up our false ego, we give up our illusions, our, you know, looking for the small potatoes. We give it up. And it's designed that way. And we are trying to put a square peg in a round hole. And there's a reason. There's only one way. You have to surrender to Krishna. And lo and behold, you have to learn to serve Krishna. Prabhupada's classic example, it's such a good one. Anyone want to argue about sugar being sweet? What do you think? Is sugar sweet, Sankarshan? Not always. Does anyone know when sugar is not sweet? Do you know when sugar's not sweet? Anyone know? There is, and Prabhupada, Dharma Setu. When you have jaundice, when you're in a diseased state. Anyone want to argue that jaundice is not a diseased state? When you're in a diseased state, then sugar is not sweet. I'll give you a classic example. Some of you are falling asleep. Devotees work hard, you get up early, I'm not finding fault. Sometimes you fall asleep in class. There was a devotee named Jagadish who was a GBC member. He fell asleep giving class. He said, "Krishna's the supreme." And to his credit, give him a minute, personality of God, and he woke up and was right on beat, you know? So, now what was I going to say? But if I start to glorify you, we're glorifying Krishna, we fall asleep. I heard it all before. But I start to glorify you. Suppose, let's put me in the middle. Somebody starts to glorify me. Oh, I'm wide awake. I am tuned in. I'm leaning in. So it's not that we're actually tired. It's that we're not interested in the subject matter because we're not at the center. But this world is designed to bring us to the point of surrender. That's it. There's only one conclusion. It is not designed to make us eternally happy. I'm going to repeat the same point just so hopefully it sinks in. The point is that Krishna wants to give us the best thing. He's Karuna Sindhu. He's Patita Pavana. He's concerned about us. Lord Shiva, you want it, you get it. Hey, whatever happens, it's your problem. But Krishna wants to see the best thing for us. And that best thing is Him. And it's serving Him, really serving Him. There's so many different rasas, so many different ways to play. Krishna does so many amazing things. Krishna saves His devotees. I mean, when you think about it, you live long enough and you're a devotee. If I were to ask Dravida Prabhu or ask Dharma Setu, they have so many examples of their life when Krishna saved them. I can look back at my life and think, boy, that was a stupid idea. And Krishna just knocked me. At the time, I thought, why did you do this? And I can look back and think, man, that was mercy. That was Krishna's mercy on me. So I think we're gonna, when they, just like the Christians, when they say there's one way, it's not talking about the personality Jesus. Of course, we're deeply indebted to him. And, you know, those Christians who are actually serving him, this is a sidelight, but just for fun. When my son was married, one of the relatives that came is my Christian vegetarian niece. And she's a very devout Christian. She's genuine, and she's a vegetarian. So she came, and Dharma Setu, who is just expert, and he's expert in so many ways, but he's expert because... Huh? He's wide awake. I was thinking the same thing. He's expert because he explains what's going on. He makes it interesting. People know, oh, this is what's happening, and this is why, and this is what it means, and this is why it's good for me. You know, it becomes fun, interactive, and they, you know. So, and then after that, there was sweet kirtan, and the kindness of the devotees. Different devotees who were good cooks made different preparations. It was a knockout feast. She's a vegetarian. Her idea of spicing is salt and pepper, maybe a little butter on top, and that's it. So she told me afterward, she said, man, I wish I had a cool religion. It was fun, it was nice, it was juicy. Prabhupada told that Christian priest, the man was saying, nobody comes, all we've got is old people. And Prabhupada said, you introduce these Bengali Mahaprasadam, Gulab Jamun, you'll have full attendance. So there is only one way. The only way is learning to serve Krishna. To learn. Suppose I were to say to you, well, I'm thinking of the time. So I want to get back to my ultimate point I wanted to make, and then we'll wrap up. We do stupid things all the time that are not in our self-interest. And this material world is designed in such a way that ultimately the only way you can get relief, the only way you can become happy is by serving Krishna. It's just the way it's designed. It's just, otherwise, you are like Mr. Lowe, pushing, but all you need to do is pull. We are swimming against the stream. You know, if you're trying to swim upstream, try crossing the Ganga at Mayapur. I used to be quite healthy, and I was a strong swimmer. I could swim all the way down to OB and back in the ocean. No problem. Let that show you what time does. But if you try to swim across the Ganga in Mayapur, I thought that's a piece of cake. You know, it was a little island. We were going to swim at Siddhanta and I and Aniruddha, Vaikuntha, you know, our Sankirtan party in those days. And we were strong swimmers. And I was 25 years old, maybe 26. I was in good shape. We jumped in the Ganga, and by the time we got to the middle, there was no way we were swimming across the Ganga. We had to, and you couldn't swim straight. You know, if I was to swim from me to Ishtadev Prabhu, No way. The current was so strong, it blew us about half a mile down. And luckily, I knew enough about swimming, in a riptide. You have to, the only way you get out of that thing is you have to let the flow push you, and you just angle towards the bank. Angling you can do, and you wind up half a mile down from where you started. So we are trying to swim against the current of this material nature. But it's going this way. And we're trying to go this way, and it's not going to happen. And if you surrender to Krishna, then all of a sudden, things become easy. Whatever happens is Krishna's mercy. We try to see the lesson when there's difficulty, which there will be. Well, why is Krishna doing this? And how can I surrender? And what attachment do I need to give up? What lesson can I learn? And then we accept it. So there is only one way. And Krishna may appear to be harsh. Krishna may appear to be insensitive. He may appear to not hear our prayers. But he's the most merciful, kindest, sweetest, most gentle personality possible. And he only wants to see our genuine best result. He wants to give us himself. He's just standing there waiting for us to finally clue in. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should just be Krishna's devotee. Okay, so there it is. And, okay, here's one last quiz. We're appreciating how merciful Lord Shiva is. And his name is Ashutosh. Who remembers, other than Dravida, what Ashutosh means? It's right there in the purport. It's right in the word for word. It's right in the verse. He's easily pleased. And a manifestation of him being easily pleased is what when it comes to benedictions? Dravida Prabhu. He easily gives benedictions. Now, who is even more merciful than Lord Shiva? Who is easily pleased and gives quickly the best benediction, other than Krishna? Who said it? You said it, Sankarshan. Did you say it, or did you, Govardhan, say it? Lord Nityananda, Gaur Nitai, Lord Chaitanya. He doesn't take any offenses. Prabhupada said, indeed, you worship Radha Krishna. You got to be careful. I mean, you should always be careful. But Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, they're easily pleased. Easily pleased. Just chant the holy name. Just take prasadam. Prabhupada said their process, who is it? Was it he's offering his own flesh into the fire? That's what he had to do to get that benediction. You can touch somebody and their head will crack. Was that it? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I think ultimately, when Lord Shiva didn't show up, he was going to offer his own head into the fire. That's pretty austere. Prabhupada said, Lord Chaitanya's process, chanting, dancing, feasting. Sign me up. And what do you get from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Namo Mahabharanaya. You don't just get Krishna Prema. You're right. You get Krishna Prema. But Krishna Prema comes in many flavors. And there's different rasas. Each one is just like Krishna's full, fuller, and fullest. Wrap your mind around that. So we know that, what is it? There's molasses, and then you cook it, it becomes gore, you cook it more, you fill it. Ultimately, it becomes rock candy. So there's from Dasya Ras, there's Vatsalya Ras, it progresses up. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives Madhurya Ras. This is a little esoteric. But he's unlimitedly merciful and yet gives the most valuable thing. Pure Krishna Prem, Braj Mellow in Madhurya Ras. Most easily pleased and gives the greatest benediction. So who can compare to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda? And we can in there, thank you very much, Hare Krishna. All glories to Prabhupada.
Haribo.